Hey guys, Ron Onesti here from Displays Theater. Actually, I'm sitting in the Arcana Theater right now, where the Guess Who has played here on so many occasions. But October 28th, next week on Saturday night at the Displays Theater, we are going to welcome my buddies, the Guess Who, Garry Peterson, on with us. Garry, it's so good to see you. My goodness. And I can't wait until I am clapping with you, Mr. Wolfman.
No, I'm not the Wolfman anymore.
No, huh?
We have a
Uh,
new one.
You got a new one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, again, I can't say enough. You know, your show is absolutely one of my favorite shows. The electricity. You know, I don't know if people, and maybe you run into this, truly understand until you go to a live show just how many hits that you guys had. I mean, really.
I can't remember how many, but it's 14 top 40 hits. I don't know, something like that.
I mean, there are people that
Yeah.
try their whole life to get half of that. I mean, half of one, let alone 14. So it's coming up. Obviously, you guys sell out for us all the time. It's such a great show. Derek has really taken a front line uh, position in this project, hasn't he?
Well, yes, because he's writing the new music of the band, and the show now contains almost half of the new. I think it's half of the new album.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
So
hmm?
you get to see um, part of the album has 8 cuts, and there are 5 videos out. Each cut on the album is going to have a video, and we just finished the last one in Las Vegas 4 days ago.
Wow.
So and you'll hear them in the show, along with, of course, everything else.
Yeah,
We're
it's
we're really excited about the new album, but and most people, when we play, it takes a lot of courage to play that amongst songs that are 50 and 60 years old. But
really
to be
does.
to be honest with you, I was shocked that the people are responding to them the same way as they do the hits.
Do they have the same vibe as the hits? Are there any more any ballads
Mhm.
like that?
Yeah, we're not doing. There's 2 ballads on the album, but we're not doing those. I'm not going to tell you. You have to come and see it.
Hey, I'll be there. That's the thing. I mean, you know, again, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your skirt, Gary, because you know,
How
we
did you know that's what I was
I
wearing here?
know as long as you're wearing something that's on these Zooms these days, you don't know what's going on. But
Yeah.
but really, I mean, we've been doing shows, like I said, I don't even know, 25 years, something like that. And consistently, every show, sometimes twice a year, 3 times a year. Some corporates we've done a lot of things together over the years. And it's just consistently one of the most electric, fun. You know, there's no sleeping in this show. Everyone's dancing, everyone, and you know, when people come in, you know, you see the people in the audience, they're obviously watching you guys having a great time. I'm backstage watching the audience because I want to make sure they're having a good time and really seeing what they're responding to. And I gotta say, every song they are lip syncing every song to to you guys. I mean, they know every word. It's just a real testimonial of how much the Guess Who's had an effect on rock and roll fans over the years.
Yeah. Well, the show has grown a lot since when we first started doing shows with you.
Mhm.
And actually, I look back at it now and I kind of shake my head that we hopefully are getting better and changing and staging the show a little bit differently each time we come back. So
Well, and that's it too.
if
You know,
you're not progressing, you're going backwards.
backwards, right? No, that's very profound. Absolutely, especially musically, because I think maybe some of the guys who had those hits back in the day rest on those laurels as they should and they deserve to. But
Yeah.
and coming from like me, you know, a guy who puts on these shows on a regular basis and presents them and tries to bring them back either once a year or twice a year, whatever it is. Um, And now we're, now I'm at the, 12th time doing these people's shows, 20th time. America was here recently, and we were just talking about on stage with Jerry and Dewey, and it was our 25th year together. They just happened to remember that they brought it up, but it's basically, a lot of it has been the same show because it's all the hits, and but they throw a couple curveballs in there too to make it fresh. And what you're doing with new music is kind of rare with a band of your stature.
Well, see, in the old days, you would have been hearing our new records on the radio long before we got there. Well, that's why we started doing videos. The audience that is coming to see the show at the theater there can actually go online. It's not the radio anymore. You go online to our web page, the Guess Who web page, the guesswho.com or the Guess Who Facebook, and all of the songs that we're going to play, the new songs in the show, are already up there. So you have the chance to look at them just like you listen to them on the radio. You can listen and look before you come to the show, so you kind of have a feeling of what they're going to be. There's no surprises anymore. Mm-hmm. We have the internet.
Well, I got to tell you, no matter what the internet says or does or what you have on there, the electricity and excitement of the live show, it's really compared to basically none. I mean, you've nailed it. Your frontline performers, what you're doing back there is really, really incredible. I just got to say thank you on behalf of all the fans for so many years of so much fun, great music, and the fact that you're taking the time, energy, and financial, commitment to come out with new music. That's a testimonial to your love of the art and your commitment to the fans. And so we appreciate that. And I'm looking forward.
The actual connection is the music, the band, and not least of all, the fans. Without them, there is no show. Well, so their participation in interactivity with the band is extremely you have to have that. And sometimes, when a band comes in, they're tired, they've traveled all night or something, and it's the audience that gives them the spark that's required to be able to do the show.
You're right. Yeah. The audience is as much part of the show as the entertainer themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you're very wise to realize that, because some people don't. It kills me sometimes, Garrett, that I mean, we get legends and icons on a weekly basis in my places, and my peers, the guys that you've been working with, other promoters, other theater owners or venue owners, and they pride themselves on, well, these guys are no big deal to me. They've been friends. I've been doing shows. There's no big deal. I'm proud of that. I am starstruck by guys like you, bands like yours that were just, I was there at those arena shows. I was there when those songs first came out. I was buying that 45. I had that AM radio on my ear, or playing on my 74 Plymouth Gold Duster. I mean, I was all part of that. And I am still starstruck. I'm proud of that fact. And a lot of guys don't think it's a big deal. At least they say it's not a big deal. But having the Guess Who here, and at the Des Plaines Theater. I mean, you were just here at the Arcada a couple months ago and just freaking killed it as always. And such a part of our family. And on October 28th, it's this week, we're going to see it do all the hits. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't seen a Guess Who show, you are really cheating yourself, and you can't call yourself a true rock and roll fan unless you experience, not hear, not see, not visit, not attend, but experience a Guess Who show. You could die the next day, God forbid.
Yeah, I mean, you and I could sit here and tell them whatever we want to tell them. The proof is in them coming and seeing it for themselves. So I can't say anything about the show, but come and see it.
And that's the cool thing too. If you've seen it before, if you've been part of our family in the numerous years that we've hosted the Guess Who shows, there's a lot of it that's brand spanking new and fresh. So I really look forward to seeing you, Garrett, and all the guys again.
Yeah.
Just so excited. Be honest with you, many shows I go up on stage, I do my thing with the anthem. It's my thing. I do, people love that, I guess, a lot of them anyway. And then I kind of quietly skate out. I go to my other venues, whatever I do, guess whose show? I am there front and center, beginning to end, singing, dancing, standing, having a great time. I look forward to seeing you on October 28th.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
Garrett.
we look forward. We haven't been in the Chicago area in and around there for quite a while.
Oh, we missed
So
you, man.
and you have to realize that American Woman was recorded in Chicago. So
That is a little known fact. That's right.
North Wacker Drive, RCA Mid America Recording Studios,
Wow, man.
1969.
What was it, 1969?
Mm-hmm.
American Woman, 1969.
Chicago.
Recorded in Chicago. My God, you don't. People
The
don't.
Share the Land album was recorded in Chicago. There's many albums, rockin' album, maybe 5 albums were recorded in that studio. It's no longer there anymore, but
Yeah.
it's part of our history.
Wow, man, that is really, really cool.
So come and see your history.
That's right. You're part of my history, our history here in Chicago.
You're the people, yes. And we played in every, little hamlet in and around Chicago for 30 years.
Yep.
Including the Erie Crown Theater and, the
No,
one with the Rosemont.
Yeah, the Rosemont Theater. Absolutely. I mean, they're all.
Yeah. And for me, it's a special place because in 1950, when I was 5 years old, I played a show at a little place called the Chicago Theater on State Street with Peggy Lee.
Wow.
So I have a 2-part history.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's really, man, you know what? You're a part of our history.
Yes.
And we're celebrate
Yes.
your history this Saturday night. Des Plaines Theater, guys. Go to oshowsguy.com. Come see the Guess Who. You will not regret it. And just, I would say, take off. If you're working the next morning, I would say take off. All right, Garrett. Great talking to you. Look forward to seeing you. It's October 28th, Des Plaines Theater. The incredible, legendary, the Guess Who. Can't wait to see you, brother. Safe travel.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, guys. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.